Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we have Building Jedha in LEGO Episode 3. And before we dive on into the build, 60+% of you are still somehow not subscribed. Guys, subscribe. Thanks. That being said, welcome back, guys, to another episode. Today we're going to be talking a lot about a completed arch and also some other cool stuff and other plans coming up in the future. But I do want to give a huge thank you to the Building Jedha in LEGO series sponsor, Blaine's World Lego. Guys, a week from today, May 24th, Blaine's World on Bricklink is getting ready for a huge 10-year anniversary sale. They'll be having some crazy, insane deals on this day, like a whole bunch of hugely discounted minifigures and parts, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that, as well as go give Blaine a follow over on Instagram to make sure you guys stay up to date with all the drops coming on May 24th, all the good deals. That way you guys can be some of the first to get these exclusive 50+% off deals on a lot of LEGO stuff. So I don't think today's episode is going to be too long. Obviously, you guys see what has happened. I did time-lapse it, so I'll be able to show you guys the build process. I did live stream this build every single Friday around 1 or 1:30 p.m. I do live stream Building Jedha here on YouTube, so make sure you guys subscribe with the bell icon on. Don't miss those live streams. They're super fun. I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who did contribute this week. I will be placing the orders for the ATST coming up very, very soon, so hopefully next 1 or 2 weeks, we'll have the ATST build as one of the big ideas of one of the episodes. But guys, before we go ahead and continue on, drop a like down below. Let me know you guys are enjoying the series so far. Without any further ado, let's jump to the time lapse of the progress for the arch for this week. So after that live stream concluded, I pretty much went and did a couple of different things. I went on the top of the arch. I did tile it off. I did have these cheese slopes on top as well, but I decided to take those off. I didn't think that looked great at all. Here's the arch. Here it is complete. It stands at about maybe 25, 26 studs high, which should be more than enough for the ATST. I did actually find a really cool bike that I found in my collection, so I put that in there, but this should be enough room for the ATST. Obviously, from a historical standpoint, whoever made the arch in canon wouldn't have expected an ATST to be walking through. So obviously we'll pose the ATST walker like it's sort of hunching down, sort of peering through the arch when that time comes. But overall, I think this arch came out beautifully. You could see I did stay consistent with the other side as well. You see on the original side we have a lot of dark tan, some dark orange, and I did stay consistent with that, having some hints of light bluish gray, greebling, stuff like that, just very minor stuff. But overall, I'm very happy with this arch. It's no doubt a very large part of the mock, and when the mock is done, it'll be angled somewhat like this, so you can see the arch is going to provide a really nice backdrop for the mock when it is done. A couple other things that I did change this week. I did think of this little like community well, I guess it's like a water well in Star Wars. I wanted to add some sort of white to the terrain. I think having all this like dark tan always just kind of throws it off a little bit, so I thought of adding this really cool little like water well. Let me know what you guys think of that. It's just some transparent tile acting as the water, and once the mock is complete, there's going to be very little white, so I think having this area right here of white, it breaks up the dark tan and the hints of dark orange around the terrain. So let me know what you guys think of that. Of course, I did actually find these guys from the hover tank set, which is nice, so I'll be sure to include those in the project. I went around and did some redoing with the terrain generally. I added some little areas of elevated rocks and stuff like that, which did turn out nice. I also did finish wedging off this back section, so the entire mock size is probably a little bit complete now, but that leaves this whole empty area right here. So the idea is we're going to have two buildings. One's going to be dark red, one's going to be tan. They're going to both be connected, and they're going to go somewhere in this area right here. Obviously, I don't want to put it too close to the arch. That wouldn't really make sense, so this is the general area that we're going to have to work with for the rest of the houses. But I think that the arch definitely provides a really nice background, especially when we do have the ATST and the houses in the mock. I'm not going to be including a hover tank. I don't think think I need it. I think one vehicle is going to be more than enough, so I don't see why we need to include another one. But just from a general standpoint, we do have the arch complete now, which is fantastic. I think it looks really, really nice, and I do really, really like it. And then we have the empty area right here, which is going to be for the houses. We'll get to work on one of them this week and the next one the other week, and then we'll be well on our way to completing the mock. Obviously, there's some smaller details we have to add in the exterior around this area right here with some minifigures and stuff like that, but this mock is definitely coming along. I think we've also found a really good size for it too, so we're not going to be expanding it more. Like I said, I originally planned I wasn't going to buy parts for this project, but somehow I did end up buying more parts. But nonetheless, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this week's update. Like I said, a little bit on the shorter end most likely, so drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think so far, and let's head to the outro of today's episode. So guys, that wraps up Building Jedha in LEGO episode 3. I'd say we're making some pretty good progress. Like I've been saying, this Jedha series hasn't been something with a specific deadline or anything like that. I'm just working on it whenever I feel motivated, whenever I'm inspired, and there's a couple of cool things that I thought about this week that I obviously implemented, like that little cool community like water, I guess, well. It's like a Star Wars version of like a water well. And then there's also some cool ideas with the buildings that we will be implementing in the coming weeks. So if you guys are enjoying this series, definitely let me know. But for my first time doing something like this, where it's like a weathered arch architecture, I think I did a pretty decent job. If I could go back and redo it, I might do less chunks of color and maybe just a little bit more detailing with like headlight bricks. But again, the whole idea is I'm using parts on hand, parts that I have, at least for the buildings and the structures. So I'm limiting myself to what I can use, testing my ability to create with Lego and stuff like that. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. Of course, drop a like down below if you guys enjoyed today's episode. Like I said, guys, every single Friday around 1 p.m. Eastern time, I am live here on YouTube building this. So if you guys want to be some of the first people to watch them, stay tuned for those live streams. They're super, super fun. We do giveaways on the live streams as well, so it's just an overall really fun time, and it gives you guys something to do while you're in quarantine. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace.